Woo. Well, Grand Rising YouTube, my soul tribe, the ether, and the cosmos. And no, they are not the same. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. This is your girl, Mighty Mocha, joining you this morning for Thankful Thursday. And what better day for Thankful Thursday to fall on than New Year's Eve? I'm just not, I'm just one of those quirky kind of people. I believe everything happens for a reason, and I don't think that's quirky. I just think every situation, circumstance, action that's set in motion, or that occurs is what is supposed to occur. So anyway, there I go, just going off on my own tangent. Anyway, Thankful Thursday. First, I'm thankful for those of you who tune in, who, view this reading whenever you view it, like, comment, share, or subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate those who do not. And you guys know how I feel. All energy is transformational into good energy, positive energy. So I take it all in and appreciate it all. Um, and for those of you who know how I do this, and those of you who don't, I'll explain anyway. I usually give a little bit of dialogue and then use these beautiful tarot cards to kind of drive my message home. So, with that being said, I'm just going to jump right in. Thankful Thursday. So, for some reason, I was sitting here after I did yesterday's video, and two things happened as I was thinking about today's um, posting, and all I kept hearing was, "I need relief from the pressure, the pressure, the pressure." It's the Sounds of Blackness song, and then I get this vision of like a doorway, and all I could think of was the threshold, the threshold, the threshold. And I was like, okay, that's what my Thankful Thursday is going to be about, and let me kind of marinate on that. But it didn't take long, and I, for me to figure out like what it was that, or why it was that this vision and this song came to my mind, and how appropriate it is in terms of timing as we exit out the year and begin a new year. And I started thinking about, for me, how I thought about the threshold, seeing that door, seeing that door. But it was kind of like seeing the door, and not like folks think of threshold as the plank, that you walk over as you enter into a doorway, or what door seal, or what have you. But I thought of threshold a little differently. I just felt like the culmination of events and circumstances throughout this year, all up until today, like this moment, um, had such an intensity to it for a lot of people, and propelled people to do things in ways that they would never have thought to do them before, and sparked people to uh, what's the word I want to say? Kind of spark people to either rise to the occasion or fold under the pressure, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's kind of where I'm going. And so I felt, I'm a little nerdy, so I felt like I needed to look it up, and um, Webster and Wikipedia define the threshold as the magnitude or intensity that must be exceeded for a certain reaction, phenomenon, result, or condition to occur or be manifested. And it was like all these bells start going off in my head. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's exactly what has taken place this year for many of us, is that we have reached a threshold. We have we have experienced some things and undergone some transformations that exceeded certain conditions and phenomenon, and therefore we have manifested something different, whether it's positive or negative. I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself, whether it's positive or negative. And for and I believe that a lot of it is not just circumstantial, but also perception based. I believe that manifestation is a condition or the result of conditions of the mind and the mind state and the well-being of the mind. And and for those of you who don't know, like, do the research, but before things even occur or are manifested, there has to be a thought processes and a birthing of a circumstance or a thing. And so I say all of that as we go into the new year because I want to encourage people to consider what circumstances, what conditions, what phenomenons will push you or push you to the point where you have exceeded the threshold of your pressure. And that when that happens, how are you reacting? How are you responding? How are you manifesting from that pressure? Like, excuse me, what is it encouraging, inspiring, or propelling you to do? And are your thoughts around those challenges, those conditions, those circumstances, are they healthy? Are they supporting how you wish to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in the world? Is it what you generate, or is it what is generated for you? Like, are you allowing yourself to be, are you allowing the pressure? Because I don't want to use the whole diamond in a rough kind of analogy, but like, are you using the pressure to inspire you or to bury you? Like, I just want us to be conscious. I want us to be conscious of, as we move into a new year, of the spirit that we are taking with us into that new year. And for me, I have had no other choice other than to use the magnitude and intensity of exceedingly difficult pressures to help me manifest and change my conditions to for the better. And so, and that's in terms of how I think about myself, how I feel about the people around me, how I react, how I respond. And I'm learning more and more every day about how pressures either help me or hinder me. And that is my doing. That is my responsibility to know those things. Just like I said yesterday with Wednesday, Wishful Wednesday, it's not enough to just have the knowledge. It's not enough to just have the condition or the circumstances. It's not enough to just have the phenomenon occur. Um, it's You have to go a step further, and you have to be willing to propel yourself to rise to the occasion and to manifest through positive and progressive thoughts, feelings, expressions. That's called growth. That's all. So hopefully your threshold takes you to a place of growth and independence and renewal. That's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that all of my challenges, and I've talked about some of them in some of my prior videos, or recordings or streams or whatever you want to call them. But my challenges have propelled me to rise to the occasion, to learn more about myself, to challenge myself to think differently about myself and those around me, to respect my thoughts, respect my intuition. And I'm thankful for discernment, and I'm thankful for revelations, and I'm thankful for pressure. I'm thankful for that pressure. I'm thankful for the tears that I've cried this year. I'm thankful for the people that I have embraced, the people that I have let go. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for um, the fearless expressions that I've had to have, and I'm thankful for um, even the responses that I did not receive back. I'm thankful for all of those things, and they created an even firmer type of resolve in myself, a different type of knowing. And like, this the whole saying about the tree, I didn't break. I might have leaned a little bit and I might have, been a little bent over at some points and times throughout this year. Hell, for many years. But I think that it was necessary, and I'm grateful for every day, every minute, every hour, every second that I spent in contemplation and change. So that's enough of that. Yeah, that's enough of that. I just wanted to. It was just in my heart because I think sometimes people look at change and look at challenges as an adversity as a curse and something bad and something malevolent. But I look at it as a threshold and something that must be done in order for change and other conditions and in order for us to manifest on different levels. So, anyway, y'all know how I am. With that said, I'm going to flip over these three lovely cards. My glass. And see what we have here for Thankful Thursday. See? Ten of Pentacles, the Wealth card, Five of Swords, the Defeat card. Pleasure, the Six of Cups. And then the bonus card that I pulled was Strength, the Nine of Wands. All right, so the threshold, the threshold, the threshold. Let's see. Okay, this I'm not gonna say this is a no-brainer, but it's really not difficult. And for me, it does kind of resonate with my message. Definitely. Okay, so here's my wand. Get my little thingy. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles, the tree. This is the tree of life, and this is like capacity and abundance, healing, prosperity, and gratitude, like appreciation. This is this is oh God. This is so me. This is Mercury in Virgo. This is security at all levels. That's it's the simplest way to say it. Like you have your 10 branches and your 10 pentacles, and it and it is so spiritually rewarding, because it's not about financial wealth, but it's about financial, emotional, mental, physical security. It's all levels of life. It's it is a direct result of the threshold. It is a direct result of certain reactions and phenomenons that have resulted in the condition to manifest. That is where your Ten of Pentacles come from. It comes from work, internal work and external work. It comes from rising to the occasion. It comes from being persistent, being diligent. And this makes sense because for the past 3 or 4 weeks. This is my fourth week. Doing these readings, but for the past 4 weeks, I think persistence and diligence has been in just about every reading that I've done. So I totally get it. And then the Five of Swords, the defeat card. And what did we just talk about? Like conflict and chaos and look at these swords, and this person is like, but she slayed it. To me, it's almost like she's able to slay these negative thoughts, excuse me, and create some release for herself. And this is the Five of Swords, and it says defeat, but it's really about letting go of conflict and fear. And I always see through all the clouds. I always see this pathway, and that's what it's about. It's about building a path towards freedom and establishing new relationships. And this is a Venus and Aquarius card, and it is about self-love, and it is about containment of negativity. And I can push this forward. I normally do it. I didn't do it, but it's about containing negative thoughts and releasing things that once had you bound. What did I say? It's about how you perceive it, and it's about how you react and how you respond to it. And then I pulled the six of clubs. I always say poured. Pulled the six of clubs, which is a pleasure card. And the splashing water, you see they are frolicking in the water, but that's a it's symbolic of pure joy. And then the lotus is about spiritual abundance, the six lotus petals there. And then the children that are frolicking it symbolizes like emotional healing and what oh goodness, emotional healing and rising from painful memories, but and recreating more pleasurable memories about how we define life. This is the sun in Scorpio, and the sun, and it looks like a moon, but it's more symbolic of illuminating, for us, all things that we can find joy in. And I think these are such appropriate cards as we exit out the year, because it is about evaluating, where you have been, transformatively, where you have been and what work you have put in. Um, to feel this joy and this pleasure, and what demons you've had to slay internally, externally, whether it was childhood memories, whether it was a job, a relationship, family nuances, financial barriers, doesn't matter. And there's only five swords there, but you can double those 5 times if you need to. But it's really ultimately about, has the work been put in, and are you able to let go of conflicts and pains and move towards a pathway of freedom, internal freedom? Because there are many prisons and many ways to be held hostage, but it starts from within. It starts from within, and we ain't gonna get all into oppressive states, but I think oppression starts within the mind, and then just oozes out into your universe. And so whatever you call your universe. But I think this is appropriate. And and like some folks, and I've said this before in readings, think of like the pleasure card about, insanely foul things, but I don't. I think it's about renewal and healing. And I think it's about understanding spiritually and emotionally, what you need in order to find joy in every second, every minute, and every day. And that's just what I think about it. And then my bonus card was, as I said, the Nine of Wands, the Strength card, and this is the Sun and Moon in Sag, and I love because to me it's almost like there is a, what do you want to call it? I don't want to say a shield or a barrier, but almost like protection around them. And this is just in tune to me with like the Six of Cups with the Pentacles, excuse me. Um, but to me, this is about, and I said it, like using your intuition and building spiritual strength, um, and vision by having mental and emotional clarity and integrity. This is the use of resistance and willpower, from these things right here, from these demons. This is so appropriate. But this is like using your resistance and your willpower. You resist these negative energies and these conflicts and these fears, and you build up the willpower though to put the work in, uh, to make things right, to do something about them, but you got to put the work in. And then ultimately, you get your Six of Cups, you get your pleasure, you get your joy. But I do believe that, and it is what I'm thankful for, is that once you understand who you are, you begin to build up the strength and the resolve to manage your conflicts and your fears better so that you can. Um, Handle and deal with the threshold. You can deal with the pressure. You can get relief, right? And so I'm not going to keep talking about that. Whole bunch more. Um, I'm going to put my wand down and be thankful for my inner wisdom and inner peace and the application of my wisdom and the resolve that I feel. And I'm hoping that you guys can find some things to be thankful for as well as we exit out 2020, and enter 2021 in this age of Aquarius. So, on that note, um, you guys know other people might say some other things about these cards, but we ain't talking about them. We talking about me, and this is how I do it and how I see it. And again, I thank you all for tuning in, for viewing, listening, commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing if you do and if you don't. I appreciate you either way. And I think I'm going to do my Fearless Friday video. I think so. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I hope to see you guys for Fearless Friday. Um, and on that note, you guys have a brilliant and thoughtful Thursday. Okay. And as I wish you, no doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, peace, love, light, and happiness. One.